Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. We hope that everyone is safe and ready to hear the Word of God. We are excited that we resume our 13-week series, Fruitful Life series. And right now we're on chapter 4. Chapter 1, we had dealt with take on the character of God. Chapter 2, we talk about devotion with God. And chapter 3, we talk about humility. Today, we want to start with the first fruit of the Spirit. And the very first fruit of the Spirit is love. Love. Love is very, very important. That's the reason it is the very first fruit of our fruit of the Spirit. Because love binds all the other fruit together. Love. Without love, it's hard to do anything if you don't have love, because love brings it to a perfect unit. The NIV version of Colossians 3:14 said, "And over all these virtues, put on love, which binds them all together in perfect unit." And so it is very important that we have to put on love. We cannot truly love God without loving one another. I don't care if it is the unlovable. I don't care if it is your enemy. I don't care who hates you, who don't like you, the one who has never encouraged you. You still have to love. Love is very, very vital, because you cannot say that you love God and you hate your brother. So love is very, very important. I do not love is to say that God, I do not love you enough to love that person. We got to be careful or say that I cannot love you, or I can't love you because what you have done to me. So, in other words, you say that you cannot love God that way. Look at God love us in spite of our bad self. He loved us in spite of all the dirt that we had done. He still loved us, and God still expects us to love one another. Matter of fact, love covers a multitude of faults, and we all got a whole lot of faults, but yet God still loves us. Am I right? Now, so it is very important that when you have a lack of love in your heart, you need to check yourself. Because whenever you have a lack of love for someone residing in your heart, you have to realize that you need to be challenged and you need to be checked. Because we must understand the greatest commandment of all is to love thou God with all thy heart, with all the soul, and with all thy might. And the second one is to love thy neighbor as thyself. So God expects us to love. But in order for us to get there, you got to, first of all, you have to have a devotion to God. The more time you spend with God, the more time that you spend with God, the more you begin to take on His trait. because you don't know who God is and what God is all about unless you spend some devotion time with him. So devotion to God is a motivation for a Christian character. Am I right? And so we must understand, so we have to exercise that Christian character. We have to exercise this character with grace among one another. We need to show some grace. We need to show some love toward one another. Matter of fact, Paul stated in 1 Corinthians chapter 13, he talked about love. I call that the love chapter. Now, so we have to understand, love is patient. I'm right. You have to have patience. If you got patience, then you could say that because I got patience, I love you and I want to forgive you. And love and kind too. You have to be kind. And love is not envy. And love is not boastful. And love is not rude. Whenever you are rude, whenever that you are boastful, whenever that you are self-seeking, you really don't have love. You talk love, but you do not have love. In order for us to have that Christian character or God character, that we must have love on the inside of us. And another thing about that love, and that's the reason we need to get that love in us, because love, you don't get angry so fast if you got a love. Am I right? Now, expressing love in this manner should be our motivation factor. Help us to see what Paul had in mind when he say that love binds together all of the virtue of Christian character. Love binds together. Love rules the whole man. Now, how can we get there? How can we get there? First of all, you have to know that God is love. God is love. 1 John 1 and 5 teach us God is love. Now, that is God's nature. Love. God is love. Love is defined here not as an action, nor even as a character trait, but is a what? Essential part of God's nature. It is an essential part of God's nature. His nature is love. God was love long before he had made any creature. And he had displayed love. Now, we have to also have to display our love. One of our traits was, matter of fact, Jesus said, by our love, the world will know that you are my disciple. This is one of the great characters that we as believers have to display, love. If you want people to know that you are a Christian, it's not how you carry your big Bible around, it's not your jerk, it's not how you wave your hand. It is the love that you have to show toward one another. By our love, the world will know that you are my disciple. Now, how many scriptures that you quote? By our love. Do you know that you could give without love, but you can't love without giving? Yes, I could give you something and I don't have to love you. But if I love you, I'm going to give no matter what you do. Now, so God is love. So if we desire to be God-like and to glorify God in our lives, we must make the cultivation and exercise of love in our heart. That should be our priority. Of all the 9 fruits of the Spirit, God give us these fruits, but we got a job to do. If you don't work it, you don't cultivate it, it will never grow. So no one do not have no excuse. I can't love. You got to love the fruit of love in you, but you got to use it. You got to cultivate. You got to work it. And many of us refuse to work it. How do you know you can love the unlovable unless you try? You got to keep trying. It's just like certain trees. Some trees take longer to grow. Some plants take longer to grow. Some vegetables take longer to grow. But you got to prune it. You got to cultivate. You got to water. You got to keep on working. Then sooner or later you will see some fruit. Now, we have to, reason we does that because we want to grow in holiness, humility, and we want to grow in love. We must do that. Of all, and we must understand, everything is here on how we love. Love puts their interest above yours. Love. Not only that God is love, another thing that love does, love gives whatever the cost. Whatever the cost, love gives. In 1 John 3:16, John says, this is how we know what love is. Jesus laid down his life for us. He laid down his life for us. The key idea here is that love gives even at its cost to itself. Even if it has a great cost to itself. Love gives. So love does give. And one thing about love, love do not, when you give, you don't hesitate. God did not hesitate. Jesus did not hesitate. They gave their life for us. For God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son. He did not hesitate. Love do not hesitate. Love do not say, should I? Love, when you give from the heart, you do not hesitate. We should lay our life for our brother. He asks that we share with our brother in need. If you know your brother is in need, because you have love, you're going to share with your brother or your sister. The Bible says, if your brother are in need and you have what he needs, and you said go in faith, that's not showing love. That is not showing love. You have what he needs, but yet you told him, go. God will fix it for you. God enables you to be there for that person. And God expects you to show love. Because love gives. Whatever the cost, love does give. We should give to our church and to the work of the mission. But we should not overlook the fact that the most well-known passage of the Bible teach us in 2 Corinthians 8 and 9 that we have to give to the poor. We have to give to the poor. Yes, I know some of us give to the church, we give to the mission, but we don't want to give to the one that have not. That is our mission. That's how we show our love, by helping somebody beyond this four wall. Now, keep in mind that material needs are not the only one our brother has. Sometimes they need a listening ear, words of encouragement, a helping hand. But to meet these needs, it requires for us to give up ourselves. And many of us don't want to give ourselves to listen to someone, or to come to one rescue, or to encourage one another. But we got to go beyond that. When we do that, we showing love. Yes, lots of times, it's not the material thing, it is the non-material thing that other people need. But to meet that non-material need of other costs, getting out of our comfort zone. And many of them want to get out of our comfort zone because we love to help as long as we stay comfortable. But love will require us to get out of our comfort zone to help someone interested or concerned. We cannot take a interest in the welfare of others unless we are willing to become involved in their interest and their concern. That's why the Bible says, weep with them that weep, mourn with them that mourn. Not only that love does that, love gives whatever the cost, but love sacrifices to forgive. Love, know what I said, love sacrifice to forgive. 1 John 4, 9 through 11, it teaches us that God is love, but this how God showed his love among us. He sent his one and only Son into the world that we might live through him. This is love. Not that we love God, but that he loved us and sent his Son as an atonement sacrifice for our sin. So it said, dear friend, since God so loved us, so we ought to love one another. Love, sacrifice to forgive. But the second thought is that God gave in order that he might forgive. He gave in order that he might forgive. Now, John once again applied God's love to our relationship with one another. He said that because God so loved us, we are to love one another. Do we love one another enough to forgive each other? With or without apology for wrong done to us? Do we love enough to forgive? That is something to think about. Do we really love one another enough? Or will we be stubborn and say, I ain't gonna forgive you until you come to me? But love goes the extra mile. Now, because we cannot put in our mind that I want justice to be done because that person hurt me. God is the just judge. Matter of fact, God gave you justice. You didn't get what you deserved when you had done wrong. But justice, interest, satisfy our own interest. Because we want to feel better. And so we rejoice when somebody hurt you and you get happy. I told you, you should not touch a child of God. God do not punish nobody because you pray. God is a just God. So in order to forgive our brother, we must be satisfied with God's justice and forego the satisfaction of our very own. How much time I got? Now, not only that, love reaches out. Love reaches out. Often in our teaching on love, we stress, and rightly so, that the biblical love is not emotional or feeling, but rather an attitude and action that seek the best interest of the other person. Regardless of how we feel toward him or her. Christian love is always about reaching out, pursuing holiness, and to do what is right. So love is very much a matter of action. Love is very much a matter of action rather than emotion. However, the act of love is very, very necessary. We can sometimes give the impression that love doesn't involve any emotion. So we can even promote that I can love him, but I can't like him. That is the type of attitude. The Bible does not support such an unbalanced concept of love. So God has so dealt with me that I finally realized that to think about anyone, I will love him, but I can't like him, was a great deal less than God's standard of love, and was therefore a sinful attitude on my part. So how can we get there? You got to grow in love. You yourself have been taught by God to love each other. So we urge you, brother, to love more and more. So in other words, you got to grow in love. You got to keep on trying, keep on loving, keep on loving, keep on loving. Don't allow hate to get on the inside of you. Keep on loving. You got to grow in love. Just because you got saved, you do not love everybody right away. You don't love your enemy, but you have to grow in love. Grow in love. The more devotion you have with God, the more you love. The more you try to love, put love into action, the more you love, the more you grow in love. And many of us cannot grow in love because we never tried. We never put love into action. Just as God put love into action, he expects us to put love into action. May God bless you. Next week, we will deal with the second fruit of the Spirit, that is joy. We see you at 11 o'clock as we begin our service. May God bless you and keep you real good. Be safe, and be blessed.